All right, ladies and gentlemen, so test tomorrow. So here's the review sheet. So when I have simplifying, first thing I'm going to look for is it an adding, subtracting, multiplying problem? This is a subtracting. So I have to go through and distribute that negative sign. So 9x squared minus 4x plus 5 minus 2x squared minus 3, right? When we're distributing the negative, it's changing the signs. Put our like terms together. So that's 7x squared minus 4x and 5 and negative 3 is 2. So that was choice A. The sides of the quadrilateral shown express the perimeter. To get a perimeter, we add up all the sides. So I have x plus x is 2x, plus 2 more is 4, plus 2 more is 6. 6 x's. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12. So choice C for that one. The length of the sides of a triangle, again, another perimeter problem. So we're going to just add our like terms. So 2x plus 4x plus 5x is 11x. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4, plus 2 is negative 2, so another C. Simplifying, I'm going to go through and multiply by my negative because I noticed there's a positive here. So I'm going to have minus x plus 1. Put my x's together. X minus x cancels, so we're left with negative x plus 1, choice C. What must be added to this in order to get that? So in other words, this is really a subtraction problem. 3r squared minus r plus 1 minus, negative 5r squared plus 4r plus 3. So I'm going to take and distribute my negative. Plus 5r squared minus 4r minus 3. Putting my like terms together, I have negative 3r squared and 5r squared, which is going to give me 2r squared. Negative r and negative 4 is negative 5r. And 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So 2r squared minus 5r minus 2 is choice A. Next one, simplify. So this is a multiplying problem. So we have to take and distribute our 3x to the cubed. So we have 3 times 4 is 12. X cubed times x squared is x to the 5th. We add our exponents. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. X cubed times x is x to the 4th. 3 times 5 is 15, and we keep the x cubed. So 12x to the 5th minus x to the 4th plus 15x cubed. You need to be careful because they're going to have the same numbers but opposite signs on a lot of these. So you have to make sure you're taking your time and doing your work and then picking the correct answer. Don't just be like, oh look, it has all the same numbers. Make sure you're paying attention, close attention. Multiplying, so this is where I have to do my distributive property twice. So x squared minus 5x, and then I have 5x and minus 25. So my middle terms cancel, negative 5x and positive 5x, so I'm left with x squared minus 25, choice B. And number 8, another one very similar to number 7. So I'm going to do my distributive property twice. 2x times 5x is 10x squared. 2x times 1 is 2x. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15x. And negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Looking for my like terms. So 10x squared. 2x minus 15x is negative 13x minus 3. And that's going to be choice C. Number 9, the lengths of consecutive sides of a rectangle are represented. So that means in my rectangle, we're talking about this side and this side. Or this side and this side, but you get the idea. Express the area. Well, area is length times width. So 2x plus 1 times 3x plus 2. So you're expected to be able to use what we've worked with our polynomials and apply it to other situations like geometry. So 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. 1 times 3x is 3x. 1 times 2 is 2. Put your like terms together. 6x squared plus 7x plus 2, which is choice A. Simplifying, remembering that when we have a square, it really means that we're multiplying it by ourselves. So whether you do the rule or you go through and do your distributive property, your choice. 4y times 4y is 16y squared. 4y times negative 9 is negative 36y. Negative 36y plus 81. Middle terms get put together. 16y squared minus 72y plus 81, which I believe was choice B. Okay, keep it going. All right, so here's another one where we have to take and multiply, but this time we're multiplying a trinomial by a binomial, but it's still all doing the distributive property. So 3x times 9x squared. 3 times 9 is 27. X times x squared is x cubed. 3x times negative 6 is negative 18 x squared. 3x times 4 is 12x. Same thing I have to do now with the 2. So 2 times 9x is 18x squared. 2 times negative 6x is negative 12x. 2 times 4 is 8. So my like terms, negative 18x and 18x, those are actually going to cancel each other out. 12x and negative 12x are going to cancel each other out, and we're left with 27x to the third plus 8, which is choice B. Next one, so this is a trinomial times a trinomial. So it's just doing your distributive property 3 different times. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. X squared times negative 2x is negative 2x to the third. X squared times negative 1 is negative x squared. Then I'm going to do the 2x times, and I'm going to switch colors. So 2x times x squared is 2x to the third. 2x times negative 2x is negative 4x squared. 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. Now with the 3. So 3 times x squared is 3x squared. 3 times negative 2x is negative 6x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Whew. Let's see what I can put together. I don't have any other x to the fourth. Negative 2x cubed and positive 2x cubed are going to cancel each other out. Negative x squared, ooh, missed one. Okay, negative x squared, negative 4x squared, and 3x squared. So negative 1, negative 4 is negative 5, plus 3 is negative 2x squared. I have a negative 2x and a negative 6x, so that's negative 8x. And then the negative 3, so choice B. Okay, middle term, right? Middle term, when I do my multiplying through, so this is going to give me 8x squared plus 2x minus 12x minus 3. So 8x squared minus 10x minus 3. So your middle term is your negative 10x, which is choice A. Okay, express the sum. So when it's a sum, that's telling me I'm adding, so I just can find my like terms. 3x squared plus x squared is 4x squared. Negative 2x plus 2x cancels out. 5 plus negative 8 is negative 3. And there isn't a multiple choice for this one. 15, find the area of the shaded region of the picture. Well, the shaded region is this part in here. So I have to find the area of the big one, the area of the little one, and then subtract it. So this is really kind of putting a lot of stuff together. So I'm going to find the area of the big one, 2r times 2r plus 1. Do my distributive, 4r squared plus 2r. I'm going to find the area of the smaller one, r plus 5 times r plus 1. Do your distributive property, r squared plus r plus 5r plus 5. Put the like terms together, 6r So now I have to subtract 4r squared plus 2r minus this whole thing. So that's why I'm putting it in parentheses, because now I have to distribute my negative sign. So 4r squared plus 2r minus r squared minus 6r minus 5. Whew. Putting our like terms together, 4r squared and negative r squared is 3r squared. Positive 2r and negative 6r is negative 4r. And there is nothing else with the minus 5. All right, so this one was definitely the one that required the most amount of work. Number 16, multiply. Okay, this is just a do your distributive property twice. 3r times 3r is 9r squared. 3r plus times 2 is 6r. Negative 2 times 3r is negative 6r. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Middle terms cancel out. 9r squared minus 4. Not sure why there's such a big space there. And the last one for the review sheet, doing my distributive property 3 times. So we're going to have 9x squared plus 6xy minus 12xz. Now I have to do the negative 2y. So negative 2y times 3x is negative 6xy. Negative 2y times 2y is negative 4y squared. Negative 2y times negative 4z is 8, yz. Then I'm going to do this last one down here just because I'm running out of room. So 4z times 3x is 12xz and plus 8yz minus 16z squared. So now we got to find the like terms. There aren't any other 9x squareds, so I'm going to copy it down. I have a positive 6xy and a negative 6xy. Those are going to cancel, and I don't see any other xy's. Okay, negative 12xz, and I have a positive 12xz, so those are going to cancel. I have negative 4y squared. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's supposed to, this is a z. Sorry, look at, don't do what I just did and write it so that you can't read your own handwriting. Okay, sorry. So nothing to put with my negative 4y squared, so I'm just going to write it down. I have positive 8yz and a positive, hold on, I messed up. This is in my green. Negative 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. And in the red, negative 2y. Oh, sorry. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive. Okay, so putting those together. 16yz and then minus 16z squared. All right, there it is. Sorry about that. Any questions? I will be here for my students tomorrow morning. Otherwise, good luck on the test tomorrow. Have a good night.